I'm not really a fan of paranormal or horror genre, but it was Halloween and all streaming platforms kept throwing up horror movie recommendations. Evil Eye appeared in my newsfeed for its executive producer being Priyanka Chopra, and that it's an American movie with a predominantly brown cast. For many years, I had noticed that most of the Asian representation in Hollywood was by Chinese or Korean actors, and we would celebrate it over here when an Anupam Kher or an Anil Kapoor made an odd guest appearance in some of the films. Then many TV series started having Indian, Pakistani, or Bangladeshi actors in them, but seldom as the main leads. So now, I guess the diaspora is big enough to make it hard not to be represented. Evil Eye is about a mother daughter duo dealing with the mother's abusive ex reincarnated as the daughter's current boyfriend. Sounds very Bollywood, right? But not. So basically, it has superstitions, astrology, reincarnations, karma, almost all the major stereotypes a Westerner would associate with Indians. And the accent just remains confused with it being neither American nor Indian. The premise was promising, but throughout the movie I felt it got trapped in the cliches of the genre. Next on the list was The Wailing. South Korean movies I associate with extremely mushy romance or violence with lots of blood and gore. I know, Parasite was neither, but most of the popular Korean ones fall into those categories. Wailing is about this cop, a pretty average one at that, investigating a series of mysterious murders in this hillside town. It gets serious for him when his daughter could be the one who gets killed next. Stories on demons and curses, by default, you need to suspend disbelief. But some plot lines are very outrageously illogical. But there's a lot happening on the screen and that it's pretty gripping. There is a sequence where a shaman is performing a ritual to drive away a demon from a girl's body. And I was reminded of similar rituals shown in Malayalam movies. One example would be the climax scene in Manichitrathal. Cultural similarity between a southern Indian state and South Korea. I have to say, world is a small place. Tehran, the Israeli espionage thriller series, was brought into my radar because it was written by the creators of Fauda. And I have to admit, Fauda had set a very high bar, at least on my expectations level, that Tehran was always playing catch up. While Fauda dealt with Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Tehran, well, no points for guessing, as the name suggests, deals with Israeli-Iranian conflict. It makes one wonder what the state of entertainment industry in Israel would be once they resolve all these political crises. A Mossad undercover agent is sent into Tehran to neutralize Iranian radars so Israel can bomb some nuclear reactors. How this agent sets about doing this and whether she could get out of Tehran forms the first season. There are a lot of twists and thrilling moments accompanied to some, how we put it, characteristic Central Asian music that's pretty binge worthy. Doron and his friends are badly missed, but a good addition to that world.